Area hello na your Oyinbo Princess. How na day? Today we dey do chocolate chip cookies. Shey dey see. Now the ingredients be this. I go just leave the camera here for 2 minutes so that you fit just pause the screen self. You fit just take screenshots. This is the ingredients with the method. So very simple. You know they take time at all. Now 20 minutes inside the oven and just maybe no go cost past maybe 10-15 pound if you dey UK. 10 pounds, yeah. So yeah, now the ingredients be this. You need your chocolate chip chunks. Today I'm doing white chocolate chip chunks, although you will see for here that I've said dark chocolate chips. You can always change this. So today I'm using white chocolate chips, and I'm actually going to add some fudge chunks as well. It's my normal recipe, but I don't twist and small. You need plain flour, butter, dark brown sugar, and egg. But this egg, you not go use the whole egg, not just the yolk, not be the white, not just the yellow. And I also have my weighing scales ready. So just check the ingredients again. Everything there, as you can see. But today this is to make roughly 10 biscuits, but today I'm actually going to double my ingredients so I can make roughly 20 biscuits, if not more or less, depending on the size. So as you can see, everything there here. I will come back very soon. The only thing we're not there for the front here where you see where now part of the ingredients is water. That is it. Okay, so the next thing what you want to do is just, as I said, you go weigh out all your ingredients. You'll check your ingredients list and weigh them out. So as I've said, I've doubled my ingredients. So although here it says 10 ounces of plain flour, I've actually used 20 ounces. So if you're having a problem with your ounces to grams, then just use the Google converter to change it. And here I have my flour, everything weighed. I've emptied my chocolate chips and fudge chips into the pots. Flour is done. I'm leaving the flour out because it's possible you'll need more just to make the consistency right. Brown sugar weighed. This is my egg and it's beaten with water already, as you can see. So the first step is to mix the egg yolk with the water using a whisk or fork. So that is what I've done here. And my butter is just at room temperature and I've cut it to roughly small pieces just to make it easier to mix. So now the egg has been whisked. We'll be using this again in a minute. But for now, the first step is to put the flour in the bowl with this butter and rub them together. So the flour is in the bowl and I now want to add the butter. So I'm just going to start with that now. Okay, so we now have our butter and flour together. It's important to wash your hands, and now you want to use your hands to actually blend everything together. When I said in the method, which is here, I actually said that you need to blend and rub together until it binds. When I'm talking binds, it means that the whole thing will just technically bind together. So you will take time, Sha. Just take time and make sure everything is bound. It's very good actually if you have hot hands, because your warmer hands will actually help this process. But if your hands are not warm, you can always just wash them with warm water and then get on with this process. So be patient. It will take a little time, but once it's done, now the next stage. Oh yeah, they come on. The technique that you actually need to be binding it is this kind of rubbing technique. So you'll make sure you have a little flour, a little butter, and just rub. Rather than making it like a dough, you don't really want to be doing this. You want to be doing this. So be just rubbing everything together. Okay, we are pretty much bound together, Sha. You know, if it no go just cake together, no, because this is just the butter. There's no egg or anything here yet. But this is what we mean by binding it together. Just meaning, say your butter don't enter the flour. So once you don't reach this kind of consistency, as you do, it's not too fine, it's not too thick. There are still a few lumps, but don't worry. You'll now add your mixture of chocolate chips, or you can even use sultanas. You can use pretty much anything. But I find this chocolate chip recipe is very nice. So just mix everything together. So just continue, just make sure you get right to the bottom so everything is equally dispersed in your pot. Okay, now I have just mixed the egg yolk in. I've simply tipped the egg mixed with the water in, and you want to be using your hand to try and squeeze everything together. But this really, you need two hands. I'm struggling with one while I use camera, sure. But you want to make sure that you go right to the bottom and get everything with that nice egg yolk all mixed together. Oh yeah, I did come back, make I use two hands and make I show you as they be. Okay, so now I don't need everything together. As you can see, we have a ball pretty much. So although my directions actually say to add the sugar before this point with the egg, with the chocolate chips, it's actually easier if you now add the sugar now. You get a much quicker bind. So I've now added the sugar at the final stage, and we're doing the same thing again, shall we? Want everything to mix together one time. So I'm going to continue mixing now, and then I'll come back and show you again for the next bit. But yes, as you can see for here, within that step it was there saying add the sugar chocolate chips together, but I've actually added the egg yolk before the sugar. You can do it either way, but out of preference for me, this way is easier. So it's now time to mix everything together again. Okay, so once you've mixed everything together, show you to see the consistency now. It almost comes off of your hand, as in you will not be too sticky. That's when you know that it's already almost there. So you can see the consistency is quite sticky. It's quite sticky, it's quite pully. If you don't get this consistency, if it's too wet, add more flour. If it's too dry, add some more water. But if you follow these instructions it's supposed to turn out like this. Now you go wash your hands, because if you get sticky hands, you know if it's collect and roll them well. So wash your hands for the next stage. Okay, now the next step, once you don't wash your hand, everything is nice and clean. Carry your grease-proof non-stick baking paper, or any kind of baking paper where you get for house share, but you need baking paper so the thing not stick. Because say sugar, everything there inside is very easy to stick. So simply, you don't butter your pan or anything, you just lay your grease-proof paper on top of your pan and push it into the corners so it will hold. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to line the other pan as well. Okay, baking trays are lined. Oh, yeah, now ready. So with your clean hand again, you will take a small amount, depending on how big you want to make your biscuits, into your hand. Make a roughly round ball. Press it down into the shape you want your biscuits and simply press on the tray. I'm going to take a bit more care and lay it out on my tray, but that is what you aim to do. Oh yeah. Okay, as you don't see, I don't already squeeze everything to the position where I like. Now round biscuits where I want to make sure, but this baking tray is not big enough. As in, the depth of the biscuits, as you can see, is quite deep. So they're actually going to stick. They're all going to swell and they're going to stick together. However, if I use knife to cut them, so the biscuit could just get square side. But me, I don't mind. Now the way I don't mind them for this one. And this one, because I get extra mixture, I've just put all 6 together. It's going to all swell. It will make just one with definition. So again, they go turn to square. And if it just cut them, so no problem. Now the way where you like, if you want to make perfectly round biscuits with this same recipe, which will make sense, yeah? You go use the baking tray, you will make them half the size, you will make them a lot smaller, and you will put enough space between each. If you have time, you can just do one batch in the oven, then do another batch if you only have the one tray. But me, I know for this particular reason why I'm making them now, it doesn't matter. So, oh yeah, now so I won't put them inside the oven, as I don't talk already. The oven don't preheat for 170 degrees, so about 20 minutes now they will be done. Okay, they are currently in the oven, as you can see. Doing very well. You want them to be golden brown, so keep an eye on them, but roughly 20 minutes. Okay, the biscuits are out. As you can see, they're looking very nice and golden brown. Not burnt, not too cooked, just as they're meant to be. So this is the biscuits. Now leave them in the tray for approximately 10 minutes. Make it just cool down small. Once they're cool, you'll carry them out with a fish slice and put them on a cooling tray where you go allow them just to continue to cool. So yeah, now the biscuits be this. So this is how you go see what go happen if you can't put too much inside one baking tray. But still, as you can see, you are still seeing definition on the lines from where I made the individual biscuits. So you can even now use a knife to cut, and you just have square biscuits. So it doesn't really matter, Sha, as far as the thing is cooked, but they are cooked. So if you touch them, they will be slightly soft. This is why we will now allow them to cool. And you will use your cooling rack to do so. So leave them there for roughly 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Once they don't cool down small, you can carry them out and put them onto a cooling tray. So yeah, let's come back in 10 minutes. So I'm using this kind slice. It's very flat to just remove the biscuits from, gently with one hand, remove the biscuits from here. So I will now just take it over here where I am cooling everything on my tray. So that is what you want to do, and you want to leave it so if it just sit down there cool for one side. So if this has happened to your own biscuits, carry your fish slice and just gently remind the biscuit where it's supposed to be. Do them individually, it will make sense. Okay, and remove them as well. Everything don't finish with my people. She don't see I'm very nice better biscuit. Oh yeah, homemade. Nothing wrong with this. So you'll just allow everything to cool now, maybe another 10, 15, 20 minutes. If you want to store and put them in an airtight container, and I'm going to keep them one kind for you. So as you don't know, again, may you check the recipe. If you like screenshots so that you go carry and go for your own recipe book. This is Oyinbo Princess Kitchen chocolate biscuits. Where on sa? Where on ma? Oyinbo Princess says so. If you like what you don't see, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Sha, at Oyinbo Princess. Mama people, hello now your Oyinbo Princess. She don't see the level. Instagram, we see they play. My can go YouTube, I beg the food there, this thing there, the recipe, everything, how they take do this wonderful beautiful biscuits. And I know be many ingredients, so now just small plain flour, butter, sugar, chocolate, egg yolk, and water. I beg, you know, to get anything, Jerry, yeah. Better biscuit, square one, round one, anyone where they sweet your eye. I beg, I don't talk I'm already. You go YouTube, Oyinbo Princess, you go see the recipe for there. Very sweet something. You go, all your friends and family go, they very happy if you can make this kind of thing for them. And if you get picking, now your new best friends be that. Sure. She don't say white chocolate chip with fudge be this. So I don't talk for the video for YouTube. Go check. Oyinbo Princess says so. Where is that? Where am I?